All right, good afternoon. Welcome to the afternoon experiment. My name is Emanuel Livingston. I'm with you not for a long time today. I won't be here for a long time today, but I'm here. I'm here for a few minutes. How's everybody doing? I hope you're doing good. I hope you're doing good. Again, sorry for the tardiness. You know, Thursdays, Fridays, go pick up that little baby. So, had to go do that. And then just before we came on the air, we had an emergency. An emergency. Where I punched her in the mouth and knocked her tooth out. So, yeah, we had a little tooth emergency today. So she a little, is it rude to say snaggletooth? Huh? Is it rude to say snaggletooth? Okay, you don't know what it means, then that means it's all right to say it. So we got a little snaggletooth over here. Oh, it's that age, you know, teeth come out, all that good stuff. But I'm here now. Yeah, I had to punch the little baby in the mouth and knock out her tooth. Sometimes you got to do what you got to do. Let me get to it. Let me say hello to everyone. Again, sorry for my tardiness. Robert Willis. Good afternoon, Robert Willis. Thank you for checking out the show. Erica Hummins. Good afternoon, Erica. Thank you for checking out the show. Erica's representing Reading. We got Lewis Talbert in the house. He's representing Sharonville. Good afternoon. Maria Smith representing North College Hill. Good afternoon. All YouTube watchers. And those are the top 4. And then rounding out the top 5, or the first 5. Not the top 5. The first 5. Jerica Van. She says, hola, me familia. Hola to you too. Thank you for checking out the show. Stephanie. Hi, Stephanie. Stephanie says, good afternoon, good people. Give a positive vibe today. There's enough negativity in the world. Well, hi, Stephanie. Thank you for checking out the show. I appreciate you. We got Al Johnson in the house. He's representing Middletown. Good afternoon, Al. Thank you for checking out the show. We got, hold on, why is it scrolling? I didn't scroll. Don't scroll till I scroll. Myosha says, what the hell did I just come in on? You beating up folks? I'm beating up little babies. That's right. I keep telling you, I will fight a kid. And I'm pretty sure I'll win. Myosha in the house. Good afternoon. Thank you for checking out the show. We got Pat Rogers representing the East Westwood. Good afternoon. Logic Slayer says good afternoon to everyone. Good afternoon to you as well. Crystal Hoskins in the house representing the Christ Hospital. All right. Good afternoon. Myosha saying some ridiculous hater stuff. See, you make a fool out of yourself when you say stuff like that. Like, I'm trying to protect you by not reading it. Because I care about you. And I don't want people to look at you like that big of a fool. So I'm not even going to read that. It's nonsense. Everybody knows it. Regina Denson Griffin in the house representing Madisonville. Good afternoon. We got Lamont Jones in the house. Lamont says grand day, powerful royal people. He's representing Westwood. Yes, I still see purple. Thank you for checking out the show, Lamont. Ben Thomas in the house. He says, what afternooners? Checking in. He's representing Montgomery. All right. Diane Huddleston Angel. Good afternoon to the Afternoon Experience family. She's representing Gulf Manor. All right. Good afternoon. Stephanie says, Trump said he will not do another debate with Kamala Harris. I guess not after she rolls him down. All right. That's a good comment, Stephanie. Thank you. I appreciate you. Dina in the house representing Walnut Hills. Good afternoon, Dina. Good afternoon. We got Dee Dee Williams in the house. Dee Dee says, hey, Manuel, it's Shannon's Michelle checking in from Covedale. I don't know what that means. But Covedale is represented by either Dee Dee or Shannon or Michelle. I'm not 100% sure. Ooh, but you here. That's all that matters. Thank you. Thank you. Tria in the house, as classy as always, afternoon king and crew. The birthday girl checking in. Oh, all right. Well, happy birthday, representing Columbia Township. Happy birthday to you. And thank you for spending at least a little portion of your birthday with me. I appreciate it. You know, my birthday's in a few days, September 23rd. So it's not this Monday, it's the following Monday. Anniversary is this Monday coming up. And of course, Mrs. Livingston's birthday was this previous Monday. So good stuff happened in September. Good stuff happened in September. Steban in the house representing Westwood. Steban Speed, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Got Roz Anderson in the house representing Mount Healthy. Good afternoon, Roz. Good afternoon. Stephanie says, don't overdo the kindness. I heard it. There's nothing wrong with being kind, Stephanie. Nothing wrong with it at all. Chelsea says, a hoodie, huh? Coincidence or practicing? I've been had this. I just don't wear it. It been in the car the whole time. But where I work, for whatever reason, he got the AC cranking. So I was like, let me go out to the car and get that daggone hoodie. And I put the hoodie on, and it is what it is. Dina in the house. Dina says, happy birthday to Tria. Thank you for checking out the show. Stephanie, you know I'm just messing with you. I can't help myself. Let me see. Do I have Michael Pryor says, Mike P. I'm pretty sure that means Mount Airy. I appreciate you checking in. Mount Airy is represented. Got Tanika representing a beautiful Orlando, Florida. Good afternoon, Tanika. Appreciate you checking in. Let me see. A lot of happy birthdays to Tria. Got Nat Turner in the house representing Madville. Good afternoon. Tria says Virgos rock, and so do Libras. I'm on the cusp. So I'm Virgo and Libra. So, you know, either best or worst of both. I know. Sierra says, oh, hey, I thought you weren't going to come on. Again, Tuesdays, I'm probably not going to be here. So, like Tuesday, I didn't post that I wouldn't be on. And, you know, I got some messages like, are you coming on? Tuesdays, probably not on. Thursdays and Fridays, more than likely late. Unless, you know, every once in a while, I get a call and, you know, the little girl's picking up the little baby, so I don't have to go, or the dad is picking up the little baby, so I don't have to go, or somebody else is picking up the little baby. So, but more times than not, on Thursdays and Fridays, I'm gonna be late because I got to pick up the little baby. But thank you, Sierra, for checking out the show. I appreciate you. Andrea Bustle, also representing Gulf Manor. All right, Gulf Manor is well represented. Shahira Shine, representing Bond Hill today. All right, good afternoon. I appreciate you checking out the show. We got Vincent Jones, representing Landon. Good afternoon, Vincent. Dominique Finley. She says, hello, everyone. Hello, Dominique. I appreciate you checking out the show. Let's see. Let me see. Sierra says she's representing Boston. Don't want to forget that. Boston in the house. Let me see. Did I get to everybody? A few people still shouting out happy birthday to Tria. Regina says, yes, Libra. That's right. Then Mayosha, being the hater that she is, says Libras are trash. It's Mike Jones a Libra. Y'all fighting. Don't do that to that man. Don't do that to him. Ben says Pisces are the best. Look, I really don't know the signs. I don't know when they fall and all of that kind of stuff. So I just, I just know I'm Virgo Libra that day. September 23rd is on the cusp. Anything else, I don't know. I don't know what's supposed to be the traits of the zodiac signs and all that. I don't follow any of that stuff. I really don't. Let's see. Brent representing Dallas, Texas in the house. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Brent. Thanks for checking out the show. Drea representing Sycamore Township. Good afternoon. Thank you for checking out the show. Richard Chappelle, or is it Chapel? Representing Blue Hill Avenue. All right. Shahara says, you so did that on purpose. I'm not even going to trip about it. What did I do? Really, I have no idea what I did. Whatever it was, if it was bad, you probably deserved it. If it was bad, you probably deserved it. If it was good, then, you're welcome. I did you a favor. Ben says, can you be two signs? Again, I don't know about all that stuff. I know if you look up a book, some of them books, September 23rd is a Virgo. Some of them books, September 23rd is a Libra. And when I was little, I didn't know. And so I was calling myself, looking it up. And I looked it up a few different places. And I was a Virgo and I was a Libra. And I asked my mom and she said, you're on the cusp. Now, as a little kid, I thought she said on the crust. So for years, I ran around telling people I'm on the crust. That was wrong. It's not on the crust. It's not on the crust. In case you didn't know, if you're saying on the crust, you're saying it wrong. But yeah. So I don't know. All that stuff really means almost nothing to me. Let me see. Pamela says good afternoon. And Pamela is representing North Avondale. All right. So that's everybody. Again, still using the same camera. I won't swap out cameras until Sunday. Since this camera is working, when I get to church on Sunday, after service, I'll take my power cord and I'll bring it home. And then we'll be back to the normal camera. Again, I'm not ashy. It just looks that way. Dwayne says good afternoon. He's representing Mount Airy. All right. You're on the crusty side. That's why that Nigerian lady had to give you that special lotion. It was not, she was not from Nigeria. She was from Zimbabwe. My roommate, after I came back from college, he was from Nigeria. That's funny, Vernon. That's funny. So what's on everybody's mind today? What is happening today? What new thing is going on? I think we learned in the past, or at least I learned in the past 24 hours, that people will take anything and make it whatever it is. I saw there was a video out of something that happened. People are putting it out there because some people can't accept that Donald Trump is an idiot. And they support the guy. And so he said that the Haitians are eating cats and dogs. And so they Haitians are eating cats and dogs. Donald Trump said so, it must be so. And so they're searching for evidence that Donald Trump is telling the truth. And so there's this video circulating that they're putting out there see, this is a Haitian lady and she in somebody's driveway and she killed a cat and she eating it. And apparently that video is not from Springfield, Ohio. That video is from Canton, Ohio. And that is just some mentally disturbed person who, I doubt that they're even Haitian. It's just a mentally disturbed person who did a terribly mentally disturbed thing. But they see, I told you. There was some other person who was posting, I saw video of people complaining about people eating pets at a town meeting or whatever, city meeting or whatever it was. And I just asked this person, okay, So because you saw videos of people complaining about it, does that mean it's true? Every video of everyone complaining about anything means that the thing that they're complaining about is true? Because I saw a video where E. Jean Carroll complained that he sexually assaulted her. So does that mean it's true? Are you finally willing to admit that it's true? He did what he was accused of doing? Because we see a video of somebody complaining about it. Clearly, just because you see a video of people complaining about something doesn't mean that that thing is actually happening. Sometimes people don't tell the truth, or, they believe rumors, or any type of thing can happen. Sometimes people lie. People see things and they misunderstand what they see. People hear things and they misunderstand what they heard. All that stuff happens. So, but for whatever reason, we still talking about people eating dogs and cats. It is kind of funny. I mean, it's not funny like, if people are actually eating dogs and cats that are people's pets. That's not funny. I don't. No, I'm probably not going to say that because it'll be misinterpreted. So it's not funny to eat people's dogs and cats. It's not funny. And no, I was not going to come up with a scenario where it is funny. There was something else I was going to say, but people are people. What else is going on? I did watch the Tyreek Hill video. Watched it a couple times. And when I tell you that those police officers was just on a power trip, they were just on a power trip. I think, hold on, let me see if I can pull it up. I may show the video. Hold on, let me see if I can find it. That is not where I watched it. And the one that I watched. Okay, this is the one that I watched. Hold on. So let's go here. I got commercials going on there. Let's copy that. There's a whole process that I have to go through to do this, y'all. So forgive me. Again, if I had time before the show, I would have this stuff prepared. Let's go. Sorry, I can't really talk and type at the same time, so it'll kind of be silent. All right, and
with FanDuel, a 3-week free trial of NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube TV means more hunches.
Buffalo.
New customers bet $5 get $200 in bonus
why
bets.
are you
Plus,
doing
every
that?
customer gets a 3-week free trial of NFL Sunday Ticket from
Why are
YouTube
you
TV.
doing that?
Only from FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook.
I'm trying to pull this up, and it's not allowing me to do exactly what it is that I want to do. They need to work on this. They need to work on this. I don't want to show it that way. All right, sorry about that. I don't want to show it that way. Hold on. Yeah, it's trying to show it, but it's not. I don't want to show it the way that it's trying to show it. Let's refresh. Interact.
Another Progressive home and auto bundle.
It will not allow me to interact with
Beetlejuice
it.
caused quite a ruckus, huh?
Jamie, don't say his name.
Oh, relax. You have to say it at least 2 more.
All right, y'all, please forgive me. It's not pulling up the way that I want to pull it up, so I'm gonna have to do something else. See if I can find it on YouTube, which if I can find it here. I just want the whole body cam. I don't want your commentary along with it. Just give me the body cam. Hold on, let me see if this is it.
Bernie Moreno was sued for stealing.
Oh, that daggone Bernie Moreno. I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna find it. There's nobody actually gets beaten or anything like that. It's, I mean, you know, police officers kind of doing what sometimes police officers do. Police officers doing what sometimes police officers do. And I'm going to try to download. Oh, stop it. I'm going to try to download it. Yes, I'll take that one. See how fast my computer decides to run today. Ooh, I got a lot of stuff open. All right, hold on. Let me quit some stuff. All right, it's downloading the file. That was not a commercial in favor of Bernie Moreno. It was definitely not. Okay. We can download it. Put it on the desktop. Why not? All right. And then let me see if I can upload it. Media source. And then we browse for it on the desktop. Bam, there we go. We open that. Use hardware. And okay. Okay, now I don't know if this is actually gonna work, so I'm about to try it. We'll see.
Why don't you have your seatbelt on? Why don't you have your seatbelt on? Or what? Why do you have it on?
Okay, this is not the best view. I don't love this view. I really wanted the view from the officer who's there. But for those of you, when they pull him over, I'm gonna narrate a little bit. I'll look for the other view at some other time. But they pull him over. One police officer goes up to the window and knocks on the window. He rolls down the window with his driver's license and whatever in his hand and hands it to the officer. But he's admonishing him, don't knock on my window like that. Apparently, he doesn't like that. Okay? And so I
Why don't you have your seatbelt on? Why don't you have your seatbelt on? Or what? Why do you have it on? Keep it down. Hey! Keep your window down! Annie! Hey!
all right. I'm sorry, I'm gonna stop it a couple times. Right there. This guy's just upset. This cop is upset at this point. He rolled his window down. He gave him his ID. He admonished him, don't knock on my window like that. He rolled the window back up. Because what else he got to do? You about to give me a ticket. He telling me, give me my ticket, and then let's just move on. He's done what he's legally obligated to do. He rolls the window up, and that look that cop, he rolled the window up, and he's like, roll the window back down, and dude, like, just give me my ticket. And that look, like, can you believe this dude is not gonna do what I'm ordering him to do? There's no legal basis, no basis in safety, no basis in anything for anything that happens after this point, except that cop's ego is bruised. That's it. He know the dude ain't no threat. He know he's not a threat. He know he's not a threat. He gave him his ID. He's not contesting. He's saying, give me my ticket and let's move on. I'm running late. Let's do this. He rolls his window back up. Then he telling me, roll the window down. He won't roll the window down fast enough. And so that look was just a look to his brothers in blue. Like, can you believe he not gonna do what I ordered him to do? Can you believe this? That's what takes over the rest of this stop. It's purely ego. Pure D ego. That's it. That's it. That's all it is moving forward. All right, hold on. Let me see if I can put it back up here. They want to start me over. We're not going to start over. We're going to go up here.
Like what? How you hold up? Hey, keep your window down. Annie.
I can't believe it.
Hey, keep your window down. Keep your window down. I'm gonna get you out of the car. As a matter of fact, get out of the car. Give me your ass, Get out of the car. Give me your ass. We'll break that freaking window. Get out of the car. Get out of the car right now. We're not playing this game. Get out. 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 What part of that don't you understand?
Hey, Drew, I'm getting arrested, Drew. I'm getting arrested. Drew. I'm getting out, bro. God damn, twin.
When we tell you to do something, you do it. You understand?
I'm getting out,
You
bro.
understand? Not what you want, but what we tell you.
And that's what this whole stop is about. When we tell you to do something, you do it. Not what you want, but what we want. We control you. You don't make no decisions. We own you right now, boy. That's what this is all about.
You're a little confused.
I'm getting out, bro.
Too late.
Chill,
Too
bro.
late.
All right, bro. Take
Too
me to
late.
jail, bro. Do what you gotta do, bro.
We are. We will.
Good, bro.
It is good.
Hey, Drew. Hey,
Don't worry about it. I hung up the phone. You stop crying.
bro. Y'all
Don't move.
good. Bro, you
Set 'em
beating
up.
on my window like you crazy.
You set him up.
Why y'all beating on my window like y'all crazy for? Damn, yo, bro, dude, beating on my window like he crazy. I ain't do nothing, twin. Damn. Hold on, do it to the side, bro.
Hey, don't park there. Don't park there.
Hey. Hold on, bro. I just had surgery on my knee. bro. I just had surgery on my knee, bro.
I just heard you in your ears when we told you to put your window down.
Chill, bro. Hey, don't do, bro.
Back up.
Hey, call Drew. Hey, call Drew. Hey, call Drew, bro. Hey, call Drew, bro. Hey, what? Hey, call Drew, bro. Just call Drew. Hey.
All right. And then, from there, it just is what it is. The other two cops are both individually threatening to arrest people for standing there. They're threatening to arrest people for standing. You can't stand here. It's a sidewalk. You can't stand here. Back up. Do like, okay, I'm backing up. How far back you want me to go? You want to be arrested? And the other dude telling the dude, don't pull over. He's over there telling him, you want to be in handcuffs too? You want to be in handcuffs too? He like, you gotta leave. So dude like, okay, I'm leaving. And then he like, no, it's too late. Now give me your driver's license. You getting a ticket too. So that's the ordeal. I didn't see, he was rude. He didn't have to be rude, meaning Tyreek Hill. He didn't have to be rude. But everything, you got my driver's license. I'm sitting here at the stop. I'm cooperating with you. I roll my window back up. That bruised your ego. And then everything from there was just because a police officer's ego was bruised. That's it. That's it. Twin.
What's up, little man?
How you doing, sir?
Is your blood pressure up? You calmed down from yesterday?
I think so.
You think so?
Yeah.
Yes or no, man? Answer the question.
I said I think so.
You think so?
I don't know. I don't have a blood pressure monitor to be able to tell my blood pressure level at every single moment of the day. So I think it's down, but I'm not 100% sure. I'm not a doctor, and I can't tell my blood pressure like by doing that. So I think so.
Do you take blood pressure medicine or anything?
No. Because my blood pressure is great. Every time I go to the doctor and they take my blood pressure, they actually comment. They actually make the comment like,
okay,
you have great, like your blood pressure is great.
Okay, man, that's it. That's all. You ain't got to go in detail.
Well, you asked.
I just asked. You ain't got to go all the way. Give me the whole third degree, man.
Then don't ask questions if you don't want a detailed answer.
I just don't. You went all the way. Thing. Yesterday, you was mad though. You went off and everything after. I forgot who called. I couldn't recall who called.
It was Fame, your friend Fame.
Oh, homie Fame. Yeah, you went off. And all that. But you see how I feel when you piss me and Ron off though, right?
No.
That angers me. That just really bothers me. When somebody, let me tell you about this story though. I'm about to tell you, man. All jokes aside.
All right, tell me.
Hey, man, when I was young, when I was out there in the streets and everything.
Hold on, define young. How old are we talking?
Probably about, let me see. Went to the joint like 04, 05. So, was it after my daddy passed away? Probably before my daddy passed away, 1920, somewhere around there.
All right, so you're about 20 years old.
When that police, my house is on the corner, so the police tell me get off the corner. I said, man, I stay here, even though, they be on dumb stuff. And they say, I guess, a lot of people be on the corner hustling and everything, but I told him I stay there. So next time I come around there and stuff, forgive me for saying, he was like, I'm lock your bitch ass up. I said, okay, fuck you too. So a couple hours after that, I went to the store and she saw me. Say, didn't I tell you to get out the car? So I'm talking to him. So me and my guy together. She said, you want to get smart? I said, I'm not getting smart. So I was talking to him. So she came behind me, bam, threw me on the car, put the cuffs on me, E-man. That's when I told you about the story. She two-pieced me, right? I probably told Lincoln.
No, you told me. I thought you meant chicken, but you didn't mean chicken.
Because I told her, I say these cuffs tight. I say, hey, and plus my arm hurting and everything. So she said, I don't give a fuck. Shut the fuck up. I said, what? So I back kicked her ass. And that's when she slammed me on the car again and two-pieced me and everything. After that, man, I went to my cousin's house, which I'm being hard-headed. I ain't supposed to be over there and everything. So my mama told me don't go over there anyway, but, I went anyway. So, police around there. I got the pole and some work on it, some dope and everything. So I'm like, man, who is this in the car? So I'm like, man, it's the Dick Boys. So I'm like, cuz, you dirty too? He's like, yeah. So I'm like, hey, I got to throw this. He said, me too. So, I had a pole and everything and dope on me, and I got rid of it. So here they come because I knew they was coming. So he said, cuz, I got too much on. I'm like, all right. Take this, I'm about to haul off running. So I took everything, took off running. He took off running. They didn't catch me. They called him. So I come back a couple hours. He got looking like Martin and stuff at the head. I said, cool, what happened? But I knew what happened when I showed up to speak. Bro, they beat the brakes off of him. I said, what you do? He said, you know, he took on running that thing. I said, man, you should have stopped. I said, I'm the one that's dirty. He said, you should have. He said, still, I thought I hit a warrant or something like that. So they beat the brakes off him, then take him to the county. Reason why I say that.
All right, because you're going to tell us why you told us that story.
The reason why I say that, anytime you have regardless of anything, because I don't like the police regardless. You know, somebody tell me I call the police, man, I'm gone. I don't even know why I came over here anyway. So regardless of that, you're a star. You have a couple hours wait going to the game. Man, just take the ticket, whatever you got to do, and just calm down.
That's what he was trying to do. Just take the ticket.
Okay, take the ticket. He got to have a plain sight vision when they see you, man. You got 10 on your window. You got a Ferrari, whatever Lamborghini you was driving, and you got 10. They got to have eyesight. I don't know. You say you tired
but that's just it. They don't. And as a matter of fact, if you pay attention to the video, Twin, the cop was about to walk away when he rolled up the window. But he felt like him rolling up the window when he did was disrespectful. Not illegal, not wrong, not dangerous, disrespectful. So he did all of that for him feeling like he was disrespected. It's not a matter of safety or you got to do this, you got to do that.
Okay, that's your point of view. But look at it like this: if you sit there, if you feel like there's disrespect, you got to hide away from the game and everything else. Man, if that was me, you man, I would have just have my window look down because they got to have vision. You might come out blasting or something. They got to see you, man. You just can't roll up your window like that.
Number one, he could see him through the window. I could see him through the window with the body cam on. So he could see him through the window. He already had his driver's license, and he already saw his hands. He was aware of who he was. So he know there was no safety issue here. This was an ego issue. Y'all trying to make it everything else to make all these excuses for why the police officer was justified in doing what he did.
I'm not making no excuse because he's dead wrong. Especially when he said, I just hear surgeon, then he just hauled off, and when he was standing up, he just grabbed him by the neck. He wasn't doing nothing and everything. He was standing there, and dude just came up. Just sit down. Man, what the hell? What you want me to do? The other officer didn't say sit down. So he grabbed and just set him down and all that. Then you calling Drew and stuff, and then his partner tells him, hey, the police beating up on Tyree. That police ain't beat up. If anything, he had his knee in his back or anything like that. He wasn't beating on him.
That's not okay.
I'm just saying, man, if I'm a star, this George Floyd and they beating up the police, shooting you and all that, I'll take heed to this, man, but we don't.
What he did,
let me tell you something.
But hold on, before you tell me that, Twin, he did what he was supposed to do. He had his driver's license and all that stuff. He gave him his driver's license. He didn't argue nothing. He said, here's my driver's license. Go ahead and give me a ticket.
I would have just when he said roll your window down. I would have rolled that motherfucker down so quick, rolled it down, because they on dummy already. You already know they on dummy. You got 4 or 5 cops behind you. They on dummy mission, man. They bound to make your ass act a donkey out there. So that's the problem. They roll that motherfucker down, get the ticket, and keep it moved. That's what I would have did it.
All right, and you have a right to do that. But again, if he didn't break a law, that cop should not have messed with him further. Go ahead, write the ticket, give him the ticket, and then everybody be on their way.
Hey, man.
Forget your ego.
Hey, man. Me and my brother, we was traveling to Mississippi, leaving out of Champaign, Illinois.
All right.
Marion, Illinois is the worst state in Illinois. A racist, redneck, Ku Klux Klan, whatever Klan member, everything down there. The last city in Illinois. Okay, me and my brother dressed in like orange jumpsuits. Orange shirts or whatever, jeans and everything else. So this hunky go say, hey, I think it's some inmate skate. My brother messing with a white girl.
Did you say
we in the back, huh?
What? Nothing. Keep going.
What you say?
Nothing. I thought you said something, but go ahead. It don't matter.
So So my old girl in the front, me and my brother in the back. So some lady told the officer, I mean the state trooper, whatever, hey, yeah, I think it's 2 inmates escaped and everything. So they pull us over. So we chilling, you know, everything, and he is an old guy, look like he been on the force for 50 years. But it's another white guy who from Chicago who worked at Dan Ryan in Chicago, the expressway up there. So next thing I know, I'm in the back seat. So he said, step out. I said, okay, I got to get my shoes on and everything. So he just sit there. Then the other guy on the other side shaking like booty meat with the gun. He said, boy, don't you move before I shoot you. I said, you just said get my damn shoes on. The guy said, let me get my shoes on. I'm going to shoot you, boy. And I was like, man, what? And then the dude that's from Chicago, the police officer said, hey, y'all get y'all black ass from down here. Go to Mississippi and don't come back through here right now.
You was at fault.
Huh?
You were at fault.
Fault for what?
When the cop said get out, you should have got out. And when the other
No,
cop
he
said
the other one said hold tight.
no, but when the first cop said get out, you should have got out. You shouldn't have said, hold on, let me get my shoes. You should have just got out. And then when the other cop said hold tight, you should have just held tight. And if they
Man,
both
I told
telling
the
you,
old dude
and if
said
they
hold
both
tight.
telling you to do 2 different things, then you should do them both. It's your fault.
Man, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, see
Your
how
ass.
ridiculous that sound? That they can just tell you to jump and you got to jump, whether it's legal, illegal, reasonable, not reasonable. That's what you're saying.
Man, you don't know. Man, they was putting packs on people, them state troopers, man. What was you talking about back in the what was that?
Don't matter. You should have did whatever they said. However they said.
Your nappy head ass up,
Whenever
man.
they
Go on with
said.
that.
Just because
you
they
go.
said. You should have did it.
See, I can't even have a decent conversation. 'Cause I know you gonna try to.
All
run
I'm
my
doing
blood
is saying the
pressure.
same nonsense that you said about Tyreek Hill.
Man, I mean, that's what I would have did, though, in my eyes with
All right
Tyreek,
then. So
man.
why didn't you just get out the car when the cop said get out the car?
But the other one said hold tight.
So why ain't you do both?
I hold tight, though.
All right then. So what you complaining
That's
about?
what I mean. I'm still alive, right?
And so is he.
I'm just saying, in this situation, I would have just, just follow command, man. I'm saying the way things going right now, man, with these police want to, hey, he got a gun up, he did this, and all that crazy stuff. Because they know how to work them body cams. I don't care what nobody say.
That's
It's tricky
true.
with that. They know how to work them body cams.
Should have
Them
got
body
out.
cams, huh?
Should have just got out. When he said get out, you should have just got out. You shouldn't have been worried about your shoes. Just get out.
Man, there go your ass. What you think about that, that Shannon Sharp? You like wrestling and everything else.
What that got to do with wrestling?
What you think about it?
Well, I didn't see the video.
Man, do you ever watch Lights, man, instead of watching
Look,
wrestling?
I'm sorry, watching Shannon Sharp videos that's got
I'm talking about his
audio
show
of
or
sex
anything.
don't sound
Besides
like watching life to
I'm
me.
talking about besides watching wrestling. I'm saying, do you watch different podcasts or something?
Yes.
No, you don't. Every time I hear you and Brent talking about, hey, did you see this last night? Butcher the Head and stuff did
You asked me a
somersault.
question. I gave you the answer, and then you said that the answer that I gave you, which is very true, is not true. There's no win for me there.
Okay, if you say so. I had to get you back because since you want to go off on people and everything else, thinking you right all the time, when somebody corrects you and stuff, you still feel like you right.
What did
Just like
what
said,
did anybody
25
correct me about?
Just like you said, 25 years, it was 23 years.
I did not say that.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't. Go back and watch it.
No, I already did.
No, you
said
didn't.
25.
Now you're lying. You did not go back and watch it. That's a lie. Don't lie.
I don't lie. I don't lie.
So you went back and watched it after it was live. You went back and watched it.
Yeah. And
That's
you
a
said
lie.
25,
I could just tell
okay.
by the way you say yeah. Everybody know when you say yeah like that, you're lying.
Oh, now you the what? The lying God now?
Well, I am the king of talk, and a part of that is
You're
being
not
able
the
to
king of
tell
talk. You
when
the
somebody
Emanuel
is
L.
lying.
Lewis. All right, man. I'm gonna keep listening to you. Whatever you got to say. All right, you be good, man.
All right.
And be kind to the people.
And you just do whatever police
And make
tell
sure
you to do whenever they tell you to do
smile.
it, just because they told you to do it. And say
Oh,
yes,
I'm
sir,
a-
boss. Say yes, sir, boss,
ain't
when
complaining.
they do it.
When they say what?
When they tell you to do something, say yes, sir, boss, while you doing it.
No, that ain't gonna do.
Yeah,
I don't
you
know.
will.
I don't care what
say
you
yes,
say.
sir, boss. Damn it.
Yeah, you'll
It's
love
rough
that.
out here in these streets. Just say yes, sir, boss, and do it.
I ain't no dummy. Shit, I ain't never no dummy when it comes to the police. Yeah. All right, man. You be
All right.
safe, man.
All right. All right. That was Twin. But yeah, man. I feel like, look, I understand. Again, I said it yesterday. I meant it. You don't have to be rude to the police, okay? And he was rude to the police. It wasn't necessary, all right? But that's no reason for all the other stuff to happen. And see, to me, there's a few conversations to be had, but y'all mingle these conversations and it sends the wrong message, right? Like, I can say you don't have to be rude to the police. You don't have to do that. Just, you can try to be courteous and all that kind of stuff too. And that's that whole conversation. But then some of y'all take it further. None of that stuff would have happened if he would have it's his fault that the cop had to pull him out the car because he should have did this and he should have did that. Those are different conversations. And you're not helping situations by just saying that's the way it is. And so we have to just accept it. Not putting any demand on power to operate within the scope of their power. So when y'all sitting around here, again, not all of y'all, the ones who doing it, y'all know who y'all are. When y'all run around here talking about he shouldn't have did this and everything that happened was his fault, what y'all doing is y'all sending the message to rogue law enforcement agents that the things that they're doing that's not legal or ethical or moral, you're sending the message that that's okay. Even though it's not legal, it's not ethical, it's not moral, it's against your policies, it's against the law, the Constitution, you're saying it's okay because he was rude. Y'all mingling them conversations and sending the wrong message. Purple Pros, I'm assuming you're being sarcastic, says if it wasn't legal, they wouldn't get away with it. Well, we all know that that's not true. We all know that that's not true. Fame!
Hey, Emanuel, how you doing?
Fame, I'm doing okay. How are you?
Oh, I'm pleasant per usual. I'm going to take about 30 seconds to not be pleasant. Blade? Bruh, you don't. I can tell you got asthma. You're really not ready for this smoke. So I suggest you settle down and be the humble fan that you are. Because no one man should move you the way I move you. But I understand I'm different. I'm an MC when I call. You stop and you listen. You understand? You be ready to romance your girl. You hear my voice on the show. You like, hold on, baby. You know what I'm saying? Like Shannon. Anyway. And Brent Beard, like, you already know what it is. You already know what it is. Like, just stop there. I'm not interested in you, dude. Like, seriously. You're not witty. You're not funny. There's nothing interesting about you. Please quit talking to me. I seriously don't like you. You're annoying as fuck. I tell people my name is Hacksaw Jim Thuggin on another podcast. You come to this podcast, try to flip it and say, what? It's time for the wrestling report. Like, dude, grow up. Now, Emmanuel, can I ask you a question?
You may.
All seriousness. You ever been arrested?
Yes.
I mean, yeah, okay, you've been arrested, been been processed and everything,
Yes.
been court processed and all that type of shit.
Yes.
You ever been behind the Great Steel Gate?
Yes.
Oh, I'm talking about like state joint.
Oh, no.
Yeah, you just been like to the Justice Center and
Right. Right.
whoever came bonded you out in 10 minutes or whatever, and you was done.
Well, I wasn't bonded out, but yeah, I was in there for probably about 2-3 hours, and then eventually let go.
Yeah. See, a guy like Twin, a guy like myself, we've been locked up for real. And we're not talking about the officers. No, it's nothing to congratulate. I'm very, it pains me to have to talk about it. You understand me? Even though it was some short-term shit, but it's still, I don't like talking about it.
I feel like you're saying it as if, it's something to attempt to attain.
It's nowhere near a badge of honor. I've never said that.
That's how it felt.
Again, mincing words like you were yesterday.
No, I'm telling you how it felt.
Let me just say this. Just let me say this. People who have been locked up for real before understand what Tyreek is doing is totally unnecessary.
Agreed.
And not only what he's doing is unnecessary, it f's up the cause.
It what?
Of people who get really f's up. I don't want to curse. It f's up the cause of people who really get jammed up.
I disagree,
and
but
mistreated by cops.
Well, I disagree with that.
Again, yeah, because it's perspective. The perspective of people who've been locked up for real, as opposed to somebody who was just in there taking a 2-3 minute timeout, 2-3 hour timeout.
Well, again, you have a right to your perspective. I guess there's a criminal perspective, and then there's the legal, people who follow the law, or at least try to follow the law. And
yeah,
my perspective is police officers should be professional.
They should. And as a citizen, your best bet is to stay out of their way.
Well, when they pull you over, it's hard to stay out the way.
I expect professionalism, but if you don't give it to me, that's when all the hell breaks loose. So it's in my best interest to stay out of your way to make sure I don't catch you on your unprofessional day.
Okay, I'm not.
Get up out of the car.
I'm not
understanding. Get up out of the car. He don't want to get on the ground. He's talking about his knees messed up. His knee's so messed up, he just had surgery. He just recently had a surgery that was so painful and so bad that he had an 80-yard touchdown in a professional football game.
I'm not understanding what you think one has to do with the other.
It has plenty to do. He's lying. He's jerking around.
He's lying?
He's a dickhead.
Wait, you're saying
yes.
he's lying? So he didn't have knee surgery?
Apparently, it wasn't stopping him from getting on the ground.
That wasn't what he
like
said. He had knee surgery, and you said he's lying.
Yeah.
So he did not have knee surgery.
That's why he wasn't moving quickly.
But he did. But you're saying he did not have knee surgery, right?
He was moving fast enough to outrace a whole defense of NFL players. His knee wasn't bothering him.
Well, look, if he lied,
that's what I'm saying.
If he lied about having knee surgery, that's another thing that he did that he should not have done. If you did not have knee surgery, you shouldn't say that you had knee surgery. And I'm just taking your word for it. That man did not have knee surgery. But with all of that being said, none of that has anything to do with whether or not those police were acting within the bounds of the law.
Okay. We remain at an impasse.
Yeah, we do.
Spend 20 minutes.
And I understand you believe that it's okay that police officers from time to time act unprofessional and violate people's rights. I don't think that that's ever okay. And I
never said it was okay.
You didn't say it.
I do my best to stay out of their way to not be involved in that.
You're an intelligent guy. You understand the difference between saying something and your words and or actions suggesting that thing. So while you didn't say those words, the other words that you're saying are heavily suggesting that it's okay every once in a while for law enforcement to violate people's rights if they feel like it. If they're having a bad day, then it's okay for that to happen.
Nothing can be further from the truth unless you said the sun rises in the west and sets in the east. That's nothing close to what I said. You're putting words out there. That's your
because that is
interpretation.
That's exactly
That's
my interpretation, and I guarantee that's a lot of law enforcement officials' interpretation when they hear people say things like this. When they're unprofessional and they violate people's rights, but they hear citizens talking about how it's the person whose rights were violated fault that the officer violated their rights. I guarantee, well, I can't guarantee it, but that's what they take from it.
No, I'm talking to Tariq. Bruh, calm down. Just get in and get over it. Don't get over that. You're in a tinted window car. Don't close the window. Shit like that. I mean, like the previous caller, Twin said, I'd have raised my shit down quickly.
There's no law against closing your window once you've given them your information.
It doesn't matter what there's no law against.
It does matter.
It doesn't matter what there's no law against. That's just it.
And you, how can you say that? And how can you say that?
Let me rephrase that. Let me rephrase that.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, there's no law saying that, but once you get jacked up, you're jacked up. And so therefore, you can sit up there and try to fight it on the street all you want to. It's not going to help you. If you just get in and get out, you're fine. Quit causing problems on yourself. You're shooting yourself in the foot.
How dare a person think that if they follow the law, that they
not
won't get in trouble?
He's just being a jerk off.
He was not violating a law. He was not violating a law.
Again, we're at an impasse. We went through this yesterday. It's always a pleasure to talk to you. Despite your misgivings on this this little tragedy, this little fake tragedy.
I'm disappointed in you.
That Tyreek Smollett tried to place upon us.
Well, look, you got me when you told me that man did not have knee surgery and he said he had knee surgery, then now I know he's a liar.
If he did, it was months ago. What I'm saying
but
is...
no. If you can't come back and say if he did, you said he didn't, so he didn't. Period.
He didn't have a knee surgery that was prohibiting him at that point.
He did not have a knee surgery. He ran behind. You said it.
He had an 80-yard touchdown. His knee is just fucking fine.
He didn't even have a knee surgery, bro. You said it. I believe you. I take your word for it.
Okay. Hey, always a pleasure. It's been real. I had fun. And if I could use parlance and language from 1986, Brent and the other guy, get off my...
Fame. That was Fame. I appreciate Fame's call. Yeah, this is not, at least for me. Hold on. A couple of comments came through that I did want to address. Y'all know I like to address the haters. I really do. I don't know why. I like to address the haters. Axe Black, who again is mad, says you weren't always courteous at your job. Again, I apologize that I didn't say hi to you one day at a remote. I'm sorry. I apologize. Will you please forgive me and let me go from your ire because I didn't say hi to you one day 16 years ago. Okay? But at the same time, I didn't take an oath when I got hired on at the radio station to defend people, defend the Constitution, and not violate people's rights. I didn't take an oath to do that. So while I think I was professional most of the time, I didn't take an oath. And me not speaking to you one day 16 years ago at a remote when you fanboyed and said hi. I shouldn't have said fanboy. When you said hi to me, nothing happened to you because of that. I mean, other than, you know what I'm saying, your little feelings got hurt. It didn't violate your rights. I didn't violate the Constitution. I didn't take away your freedom, any of that kind of stuff. I didn't do any of that. So that's a huge difference. That's a huge difference. You can't compare me not saying hi to you one day 16 effing years ago, to police on the street violating people's rights, arresting them, taking away their freedom. You got to get over that, man. And then he says, you wouldn't be a good police officer. I probably wouldn't. And guess what? I'm not one. I'm not one. Somebody else said, shoot. I can't find it. Purple Pro says, if you ain't wrong, fight it in court and sue. Well, you should definitely fight it in court and sue. But again, that doesn't mean that your rights should be violated on the street. And that's the part of it I don't understand. How y'all act like it's okay for police to violate people's rights and they should just sit there and take it and deal with it. And y'all acting like, you know, that's good. Purple Pro said, just kidding. But you know that there are a lot of people who feel that way. There are a lot of people who feel that way. To what end? That's my question. To what end? All right. So he gets pulled over. He was speeding. Some of this stuff may or may not be true. I'm just going, for the sake of conversation. He was speeding. He got pulled over. He didn't like the cop knocking on his window, but he gave him his driver's license, told him, give me my ticket. He rolled up the window. Cop says, roll the window down. He actually did roll the window back down. Y'all don't like that, but he did. He rolled the window back down. The cop told him, get out. He said, okay, you couldn't really see it in this video. There's another body cam that was released where you can hear all of this stuff. Don't just take my word for it. Go watch it for yourself if you feel like it. He said, okay, I'm going to get out. He had a seatbelt on. He's going to take the seatbelt off. And that's when they like, get out, get out, get out, get out. How quickly is he supposed to get out? He's supposed to just jump through the window, just bust out through the door. You got to take your seatbelt off. You got to put the car in park. You got to, you know what I'm saying, put your stuff down, all of that stuff. But y'all say, okay, he should have got out. He should have got, cop told him to get out. He should have got out. All right. Then what? What if the cop tell you to stand on your head? You got to do that too? I can hear somebody. Well, if that keep you from getting arrested, you got to do whatever it is you got to do. And he tell you to spin around on your head? Do that too, right? Like, to what end? Where do y'all think a person should be able to say to the police, yeah, I'm not doing that. You do what you got. Like he was saying when he was on the ground. Do what you got to do. Arrest me. Go ahead. Go ahead, arrest me. Do what you got to do. Some people feel that way. Some people feel like, I'm not your puppet. I'm not your, you know what I'm saying? I'm not all of this stuff. You don't own me because you pulled me over on the side of the road. Y'all feel like, some of y'all, you got to do any and everything they tell you to do. Come on. Come on, that's not the way it works. Well, you live to see another day. And that's fine. Yeah, I live to see another day. But you also need to send the message that these law enforcement officials, when they do that, are wrong. Y'all never say that. They're wrong. And you shouldn't have to do those things. You know they do. They pull women over. Not all of them. You have some. This has happened. Where they pull women over and tell them to perform sexual acts on them. And I can hear y'all. Well, just go ahead and suck him. Just go ahead and suck him. You got to make it to court. Just suck him on the side of the road and then fight it in court. And what's wrong with you? Why you didn't suck him? Why you didn't suck him? He told you to suck him. You should have just sucked him. And you never say, oh, the cop was wrong for telling her to do that. Just do it and fight it in court. Where does it end? That's not, where does it end? Key.
Emanuel, oh my goodness, what did I come in on? I came in on the wrong part. 'Cause I ain't sucky nothing.
If you on the side, look.
I'm bitey and kicky.
No,
and it's gonna probably be detached.
According to Twin and Fame.
No.
If you on the side of the road and he tell you to do it,
underwood.
then just do it. Just do it. Don't argue about it. Just do it. And then fight it in court later.
Oh my goodness, no way. I thought you I was calling in to mess with you. Hey, Tanika, I was gonna say, what you said you gonna make your next shirt gonna be the say the Uncrustables or something? We talking about crusty. That's your next shirt, the Uncrustables.
Oh, I said I look a little ashy on the camera, but I'm not ashy. I promise.
And then you missed it. You missed it. Twin said you was nappy head. I was like, oh.
I didn't miss
I was
it.
cracking up.
I didn't miss it.
You ain't missed it. You
no,
heard it.
No, I didn't miss it. I heard him say the H word and all of that stuff. Yeah.
Oh, my bad. I brought it back up. I'm sorry. Yeah, I was just calling in to say hey or whatever because I ain't talked to you in a minute and just chat up with you real quick. I think that sweatshirt, I said, oh, I want one of those too. I want the Adidas and one of them. It's about to get cold. You knew what I wanted.
It is about to get cold.
Man, I want one of those little nice and thick too. You laughing, but I'm saying I want one of those. And then my Adidas, you told me to inbox you, but I'm glad I didn't yet because you done came out something I like. I don't want one of them Uncrustables though.
You gotta shoot me a message, Key.
I got
you on the Adidas.
Hey, Tria.
On these, you know what I'm saying, I gotta charge something for these.
Why?
Because they cost
money.
money.
I can't get a 2-for-1.
Because they cost money. How you asking for a 2-for-1 when the one is free?
Because you said you told me you couldn't sell stuff, so I figured you just throw that in there as
this
a surprise.
I can sell.
Like,
now this I can sell.
No, I'll advertise for you. Where you want me to go with it? I'll be your advertise person. That's how you make your money.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, I'll advertise it for you. I'll take pictures and send them to what you want me to do. Like, you know how Wyatt have whoever he have come on the picture with his logo. I'll be the one. As soon as you the music cue up, you can have me in the beginning or the end with the hoodie on.
No, here's how you can pay for it. And it's real simple.
I ain't getting on my knees. You better cut it out.
Ain't nobody said nothing about that.
Okay, I thought you were still.
It's real simple. You go on a date with one of my listeners.
Huh?
You go on a date with one of my listeners. One of these men who, you know, a nice guy who wants to get to know you, and you give him a chance.
Oh, you want to have a comedy skit you can play on the show? Is that what
I'm not gonna be there. No.
I'm saying because I'm surely recording this because where did this come from?
I'm just saying. You're saying. You know what I'm saying?
Why you saying this? You getting something out of it. You getting something out of it. All
I'm getting out of it is I want to see the joy on your face and the joy on his face.
On my face.
Yes, in making the connection. Because even if it don't end up being a love connection, hopefully it ends up being a nice friendship. And I want to see two people, in particular black people, but any people really. I want to see two black people connect in a way that is positive.
Hey, man, you full of crap. You full of crap because you told me you would never hook me up with nobody you didn't know. So you full of crap right now.
That's what I'm saying. I would get to know them
first. Tell the truth, as you be saying. Tell the truth. Tell the truth and tell them what it is.
I would get to know them first. Okay.
I ain't committed to that. You a hot mess. You trying to be funny. But seriously, I'm trying to get in touch with Twin. Twin, for real. I got something serious to ask you. I'm putting my number in the chat. And I want you to call me for real. I got something serious to ask you. But I do got something serious to ask Twin.
Okay.
Okay, and it ain't on no date stuff. It's something serious.
I can almost
Anything
guarantee.
else you got, Emanuel?
Huh?
I'm about to put it in the chat now, Twin. It's going to be under LRACH. I'll put my number in there. Call me if you want to. I got something serious to ask you.
All right.
I want my sweatshirt for really, man.
I didn't say nothing about no sweatshirt. I told you I would make you a Adidas.
I ain't going on no date because you.
Well, then you got to buy the sweatshirt, but I'll make you and send you an Adidas.
No, I want that one.
I don't know what to tell you.
You don't know what to tell me?
When the website goes live, you can purchase it and it'll get to you quickly, or you can do the other thing.
You a hot mess. I don't trust you, Emanuel. And you want because you're trying to put a funny. Because I'm gonna record and put it. You can play it as bloopers on your show.
I'm quite trustworthy.
You know, at the end when they was going off on you at that meeting about the women. Remember, and you was putting it at the end of your show for a minute. What happened? Why you stopped doing that?
I don't know. Sometimes I do stuff. Sometimes I stop.
Somebody say I'm laughing like a witch. This is my laugh. I'm sorry. Hate it or love it. This me all day. This key. This what you get. You get this laugh. You get this voice. You get this comedy. I think I'm a comedian.
Twin said don't put your number in the chat.
I did already, but I seen his number.
Okay.
I did it already, but I seen his already.
I don't see your number up there.
You seen it?
No, I really don't.
Oh, okay.
You must have put it. You put it in the wrong chat because it didn't pop up here.
Okay. Well, I seen his.
So give him a call. Don't put your number up there. People are saying.
Okay, I did it already. It ain't no thing. All I can do is not answer whoever calls.
Then how would you know if it was Twin?
I answer everybody until I figure out that that's Twin. Man, you a hot mess. What else you got?
What else did I have? There was something else that I wanted to talk about, but I can't think of what it is.
Shooting at Taft High School. Somebody put it in the chat earlier. 13-year-old got shot in the arm.
Yeah, I did see that. And that's terrible. That's terrible.
Okay, Kimberly.
It
is.
Look, this is who I am. This is me.
I just happened to go by that. I just went past there probably like 30 minutes before that shooting. I'm like, dang, I just went past there.
And?
I'm saying, like, I'm thankful. I passed whatever was going on. They said it happened at 4:00. I was there 30 minutes before it happened.
So
I'm just thankful I wasn't in the between the melee.
Okay, I'm thankful you wasn't in the melee either. I went past Taft like 2 weeks ago, so I'm thankful I wasn't in the melee too.
Okay, did you? You probably saw me. What time was it?
I don't know. It was nighttime. Were you out there walking the streets at night?
Out there? You was at the FC game?
No, actually, I had to go downtown for something, and I drove past Taft.
Oh, okay. You might.
But I'm just thankful that I didn't, that I wasn't involved in that melee.
Okay, you try to be a smart A. Huh?
No.
It sounds like you try to be a smart A.
I would not do that. I would not do that.
You want to go back and forth with me today?
No.
Ron ain't called or something, so you trying to get somebody to go back and forth with?
I would not do that.
Yes, you would. Yes, you would. We talking about Emanuel.
No, I would not do that.
Nathaniel, if you still on here, try to get me one of them hoodies. I see you told him you want one too. Try to get me one too, Emanuel. Nathanial. You gonna get Nathaniel one?
I got them in a lot of different colors.
Okay, what other color you got?
A lot of different colors.
Okay, what that mean?
That means it's a lot of colors.
Give me one in a different color that you ain't showing on your.
It's like 30-something colors.
Okay, dang, and you can't give me one of those?
No.
I told you I'll be your spokesmodel. I'll be like, go watch this Emanuel Livingston show. He crazy.
Oh, is that it? That's all you got?
That's all I got.
All right.
What about you? That's all you got?
I think that's all I got.
I know, Dee Dee. You got it right. Okay, all right, everybody in the chat. I'll talk to y'all later. All right, y'all be safe.
Key, have a wonderful,
stay hydrated.
Enjoy the rest of your week.
Stay hydrated, okay?
All right.
Okay.
All right. Oh, y'all funny. Y'all funny. Les Love is trying to get me some cheap viewers on pricecars.online. Les, I don't need no more viewers. I got more than I can handle. And I got a variety. I got ones that appreciate me. I got ones that hate me. I got ones that, hate on me, but they don't actually hate me. I got ones that are still mad about shit that happened 16 years ago. I got ones that are mad about something that happened yesterday. I got ones that are classy. I got some that are criminal. I got plenty. I don't need to buy no listeners. Thank you for the offer. I appreciate it. Sierra says the show ends at 6:45. You know that? I don't know that. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shirt designs to make to some degree today. 6:45 is not in the cards. Ron!
And then he got fucking me. How you feel, man?
I feel great. How do you feel?
Good. Keith came upstairs and told me to call you. You got that either. So, hey, man, now, the reason, and I think Twin said it yesterday, but I can't remember. But somebody said that, you go on and live to fight another day. You go on and comply with what the officer said to you and live to fight another day. Now, you do know that you was the one that originally said that.
I'm not. Hold on. Just to be clear, people been saying that even before I was born. I don't mind taking credit for stuff, but I am not the originator of...
No. Okay. You're the one that I think, I know that I heard you say it. And I think a whole lot of people that still listen to you heard you say that. So that's why that comment was made yesterday.
Hold on. May I be, like, I'm going to be really serious about this.
Yeah.
I want to be clear. I'm not telling people go out there and say F the police when they pull you over and put them in a position where their lives actually feel threatened and all of that kind of stuff. And I for some people this might be asking too much, and I realize that. I'm saying be wise about whatever it is that you're doing. If somebody got a gun to your head, you might want to do whatever they say do, especially if you feel like there's a real chance that they'll kill you, okay? Rolling up or rolling down my window in that situation, I feel like was not a life or death thing. And again, I think he should have been more polite and more courteous and more understanding and all of that kind of stuff. My point is, I hear criticism of him and what he did, which is fine. But what I hear is that criticism tied to the actions of the law enforcement official. You can criticize him without excusing the bad actions of the law enforcement official. But from the people who tend to criticize citizens who have their rights violated, they never seem to find it in themselves to criticize the law enforcement officials who violate those same citizens' rights. So for me, I'll do both. I don't mind saying that citizen was out of line, but he didn't break the law. So that officer should not have acted that way. You can do both. Just people tend to just do one or the other. And like I said, I genuinely believe when you do that, when you just criticize, in this case, a Tyreek Hill, what you're saying to that officer and those officers is your actions are justified because he was rude, even though he didn't break the law. Your actions are justified because he was rude, and that is a horrible message to send.
Now let me play devil's advocate, and not everybody knows this, but there's a procedure when cops come up to your car, You roll all the windows down. I keep our sunroof.
Hold on, wait. Hold on. Before you finish with the procedure, I want to ask, where did you get this procedure? Because to me, a procedure says that there's a law that says that this is what you have to do. So I'm asking.
It's not. I don't want to buddy up the waters. I've seen somebody that I felt was a credible source, and that knows that. I've seen him on several occasions, and you roll down your windows, you open your sunroof, you keep your hands on the steering wheel, keep your hands where they can see them. You keep I keep my insurance information on my sun visor. I keep my wallet in the opposite side of my pants where he can't say that I reach for something or reach for a weapon. So I know where my weapon is at all times. So you make sure that you keep the officer safe. That's the excuse that they use. They use I fear for my life. I fear for my life. That's what the excuse they use, right?
Yes.
That's right. Okay. So you make sure that they don't fear for their life when you have them or not have them.
And when they ask you for when they ask you to present your driver's license, you say, "Yes, sir, boss, sir. I do whatever you say, sir." It keep them from fearing for their life.
I don't do nothing but producing my license.
Apparently you do a whole lot more. You opening up your sunroof, rolling down all your windows, popping the trunk, opening the door, popping the hood, pulling out your oil dipstick. You know what I'm saying?
You trying to do that to get under my skin.
No, I'm not.
Because you trying to, yes, the boss, all that bullshit. I ain't.
Of course,
I ain't that type
of course,
of nigga.
The point that I'm making is that what you're saying is
shit.
way too extreme, in my opinion.
No,
you follow the law.
But see,
you follow the law.
That's the fucking no. You follow it is what you do to get home safely, because officers don't act right when it come to black folk. So you do what you need to do.
So then why not just say, "Yes, sir, boss, sir. I'll just do whatever you say." Why not? If that's what it takes to get home safe, just do it.
Nigga, eat a dick, nigga. Don't be don't do that shit.
If that's what it takes to get home safe, just do it, right?
Because it don't take all of that.
Exactly. It don't take all of that rolling down the sunroof and all of the windows and opening the doors and making sure that this is this and your hands is here, and it don't take all that. Exactly.
It take all of that. When like I said, I do, and I tell my son to do, to roll all them damn windows down.
Okay.
Keep your hands where the officer can see them, and make sure that the insurance information is all the time in the sunroof. Now, you on the other hand, you ain't even trying to play devil's advocate. You trying to back up off of what you said. Now, I don't want to get to that, but I'm gonna get to Tyreek Hill.
Hold on, before you get to Tyreek Hill, let me ask you a question. Is there anything that you wouldn't do?
What?
Is there anything that you wouldn't do?
Wouldn't do when?
When a police officer has got you on the side of the road, is there anything that he could tell you to do that you would say, "I'm not doing that"? Is there anything that you wouldn't do?
It's a whole bunch I wouldn't do.
Okay, just check it.
It's a whole bunch I wouldn't do.
Okay.
Is it anything well, forget about it. Hey, look. Have you ever seen, now that wide receiver, I can't remember what his name is, for Kansas City, that was speeding down the highway when they won the Super Bowl last year and tore up that vet and that other car, tore his other cars up, and they was walking down the highway and trying to get away. Okay? Now,
I have no idea what you're talking about, just so you know.
Well, a bunch of people do. A bunch of people do. So, and we've seen, right now them with those XRTs and Hellcats and all that other stuff. They dipping down the highway. I know you've seen them, weaving in and out of traffic and all that stuff. If you haven't, a whole lot of people have. Okay. In the chat. It's dangerous. And of course I was young once. I would have, probably did that stuff. I mean, it may have done it when I was young. Okay. But, it's definitely dangerous. And you can cause all type of accident and everything with that. Okay. Only thing it takes is a millisecond. Okay. So now he get pulled over. Uh-huh. Now he already running hot. You know you running hot. Why wouldn't you humble yourself down and just be like, oh shit, I'm on my way to the game. I gotta get to the game. Let me go ahead and give him all my shit. He did. Go ahead and get to where I need to get to. He did. And it's humble. No, he didn't humble himself down. Oh. And when I mean, I say humble
explain to me.
Because you were guilty. Right. Because you were guilty. Right. Because you were guilty. What can I finish speaking, man?
No, because I need you to explain to me what it means to humble, in your opinion. What is humble yourself down? What does that mean? What does that look like?
Humbling himself down would be saying to yourself and your inner man, hey, he got me. Damn, I hope the ticket ain't too stiff. Well, shit, he ain't give a fuck what the ticket was. But hey,
hold on.
He got me. Let me give him all his shit.
He did.
I'm gonna roll down my window.
He did.
But see, he was being a dick. He was being a dick, and he knew he was being a dick.
Okay, he was wrong for that. But you're saying, according to you, humble yourself.
That's what I said. That's what I mean.
According to
when
you,
I say humbling yourself
but
down,
he did that.
He didn't have to be a dick about it.
He gave the man he did what he was legally obligated to give him.
Wrong.
You want him to become less of a human because there's this guy standing there.
No, the fuck I didn't say that, and I didn't say that.
You don't have to say it. Again, you don't have to say the words.
And accept the fact.
And he did. That's just it. He did. He gave him the information and said, give me the ticket. He said, give me the ticket. That is him saying, I got caught. I'm going to give him the information, and I'm going to take my ticket. You want him to do something so much more than that.
No.
He acknowledged that I got caught. Yes, you said it. You said it.
What I said was, he should have humbled himself down and not been a prick about it because he knew he was fucking in the wrong and just go ahead and give him his shit.
Again, I agree that he should not have been rude. I don't know how I feel about this humble himself down stuff. That's like saying when a white man walk in front of you, avert your eyes, humble yourself down. He's much better than you, so don't even look at him. Don't make eye contact. You know you're not supposed to make eye contact with the man. If you keep doing that, I'm gonna hang up. If you keep doing it, I'm just telling you, I'm gonna hang up. I don't like that.
That's that bullshit meter.
Okay, but that bullshit meter gonna get you hung up.
But that's that bullshit meter.
It's gonna get you hung up on.
Don't you tell me.
I'm warning you. I'm warning you in advance.
I am fucking saying.
I'm warning you in advance.
You can't tell me.
I can't.
What the fuck I'm saying?
When you telling a grown man to humble himself down, that is you saying the same thing as saying when you see a white man walk by, avert your eyes. You're not good enough to look at the white man. Avert your eyes. I warned him in advance. You're not good enough to look at the white man. Look, follow the law. Be respectful. No problem with that. Humble yourself down. humble yourself down, lower yourself. What in the world? What in the world? See, that's the stuff I'm talking about. And he'll say, well, I didn't say to make himself Lord. What do you think it means to humble yourself down? Follow the law. Give him your information. I think you should be respectful. Humble yourself down. I could imagine a police officer pulling me over and me rolling down all my windows, my sunroof, putting stuff in place. That sounds ridiculous to me. I rolled down the window. And again, and Scott said it, I said this yesterday. There are certain municipalities, certain states, where you don't have to roll your window down. All you have to do is display your information, and people have tested it. They've been arrested, they've beat cases and won lawsuits. You don't even have to roll your window down. You can just put your stuff on the window so that they can see it. I'm not suggesting that. And he didn't do that. He gave him the information, maybe arrogantly said, just give me the ticket. Was that dismissive? Sure. It was dismissive. It was rude and dismissive and unnecessary. But that didn't make that police officer do what he did. His ego made him do what he did. Their egos made them do what they did. And y'all got to please stop making excuses. When law enforcement is wrong, there's nothing wrong with saying law enforcement is wrong. Humble yourself down. Humble yourself down. Axe Black is mad as hell. Bro, I apologize to you. What do you want? What do you want? What do you want? Jack says he gets hot and bothered talking to someone on the phone, but a cop shouldn't be upset dealing with the public in hot-ass weather. I said this earlier. Maybe you weren't here. I didn't take an oath to be polite to callers, to be professional, to not violate. And I didn't violate. Ron is not in jail. I have not taken his freedom from him, any of that kind of stuff. See, there's a difference. I don't have the authority to take his freedom. I didn't like the horn. And I warned him, and he did the horn, and so I hung up. I don't have to listen to something that I don't like. I don't have to. But law enforcement took an oath to support and defend the Constitution. And that includes not violating people's rights. I don't understand how y'all don't see the difference between somebody hanging up on somebody not saying hi to somebody 16 years ago at a remote, and a law enforcement official taking away your freedom. Y'all really think those are the same? That speaks to an even bigger problem. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. Myosha says, I told you what to do with Axe. I missed it. I'm sorry. I missed it. What can I do to ease his bruised feelings? Because he is mad. He is mad as hell that I didn't say hi to him 16 years ago at a remote. I don't understand. I don't understand how people don't. You just let stuff go. It was 16 years ago. It was 16 years ago. When I stay within the law, I expect all parties to do the same. Right. Right. And that says 2024 different. You got Negroes defending cops who ego trip, and they defending Trump too. Yeah. Brent.
16 years of dedicated anger and hate and hurt, probably ulcers, drinking Pepto-Bismol.
And you know what, Brent, I'll be honest. I blame myself for whatever health problems he's developed in the past 16 years. Because all of that stuff does, like you said, it comes from hurt. I hurt that man.
Oh, my goodness.
I hurt him. And even though I don't remember it, and even though it probably, again, I was probably busy. I when we did remotes, I used to do a lot of stuff. I had a lot of different responsibilities. And so I probably didn't even hear him. But all of that don't matter. I hurt him. And I just like I posted a few days ago, it is never my desire to hurt anyone. And I apologize to him because in my mind, I'm just thinking, I don't know how old he is, but you got a 60-something-year-old man walking around hurting from something that a 40-something-year-old man did or didn't do 16 years ago. And inside, he's just the pain that he must be experiencing. And I'm like, I don't know how to make that right. I don't know how to ease the, I'm like, what's the name? How can I ease the pain? Tell me, how can I ease the pain? You know what I'm saying? You know I'm not coming back again. So tell me, how can I ease the pain in your heart? How? Help me. Help you.
You got to hit the high note. Go ahead, hit the high note. Oh, man. But, yeah, that's Dr. Chantel Thomas. That's all I got to say. So I'm assuming he's in that area. And like I said many times before, man, I hope y'all are drinking bottled water and not from the Cincinnati Municipal Water Supply, because there is something in that local water that generates some of the wildest colors. That and it's not exclusive to males. There's some females too, for some ladies too. That is just, oh my goodness, it's amazing. But yeah, hey, wanted to correct you on Texas law. And I'm sure Billy Badass would back me up on this one.
Okay.
But we had a recent change last October. It went into effect. Penal code, what is this? 38.02. So if you are in a vehicle and you get pulled over over some pretextual stop or you've ran a stop sign or something like that, all occupants of the car, including the driver, passenger, and everything, have to identify themselves, have to give ID. And if they do not give ID, they can be arrested on the spot. We got supermajority, Republicans have supermajorities here in the House and Senate, and the governor signed that bad boy immediately.
Well,
so there was an education blitz to let folks know that, yeah, even passengers, you better ID or you can be arrested and then charged, and I don't know the penalties of that. That's probably a misdemeanor, but still.
Yeah, well, let me say this. Thank you for the update. I was not aware of that. But when I had shared, did they change it where now you have to give, like physically give the officer your ID, or is it still display your ID to the officer? Did they change the wording of the law on what you're required to do when you're pulled over?
I can check on that. I don't know if it's physically giving it to them or not, but I can check on that and report back later. But, yeah, yesterday, my apologies for driving home and that Bluetooth wasn't cooperating. I don't know if it was the phone or the Bluetooth, but oh well. But apologies for that. But as I was listening, I don't know if it was the Bluetooth or it was, just years of, growing up in that Walkman age without, volume limiters. But I heard something that you had got taken in a band and they told you to sing a song. What happened there?
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, well maybe it was you were in a band and if they had you sing a song, you wasn't gonna sing it. Oh, Frankie Beverly and Maze. That's what you were talking about. That you would not sing a Frankie Beverly and Maze song.
No.
Right?
I was saying I don't like Frankie Beverly and Maze's music.
Okay.
You know, it don't do nothing for me. And so when I've been in bands and they wanted to do Maze and Frankie Beverly songs, typically it was somebody else doing the singing, partially because I don't know the music and partially because I don't like the music. Now I think I have ended up, you know, singing once or twice something by Maze, but it's been so few times that, and it was, you know, just going through the motions. So.
Right. Yeah, and to the Tyreek Evans, not Evans, that was his name, Tyreek Hill. With that, firstly, if they had pulled you over doing 100 driving the Chevette, they would have busted out all of your windows. That's a guarantee.
But just so you know, if I was doing 100 in that Chevette, all of the windows probably would have busted out on their own. So.
I had my first car was a 90 Cavalier, no air conditioning down in Tuskegee. So I didn't travel until after, doing any real travel until after 8 o'clock because it was just too hot and too humid. And my speedometer only went up to 85, and I got pulled over, down by Luverne and Opp in that area. And man, that the other way, because I think it was only 55 miles an hour, and I think he said I was doing 65 or whatever. But even going downhill in a tailwind, I couldn't go that fast in that Cavalier. But
yeah,
you know, so be it. $85 ticket. You know, was able to back then just mail it in, and you know, when I first got pulled, I'm like, oh Lord, I'm in Lower Alabama, and I done heard some things. But this cop was courteous and everything, and you know, wasn't no problem. And even when he wrote the ticket, he allowed me to sit shotgun, you know, sit in the passenger seat in his air conditioning. So, you know, I appreciated that. So, but let's see, what else? Oh, and one last thing, because you have zero context of the emotional dude there, you know, who does all the sports gambling predictions, Fame. Back years ago, listening to the Nathan Ivey show, this dude, I see this name that says Fame, Rosenstein. So I'm thinking, is this dude like Whoopi Goldberg? Is this a black dude who done turned Jewish, or what's the deal going on here? So, but my first thought when I saw Fame was, of course, the TV show Fame. And who was the main guy in there? Leroy. So I came up with Leroy from Fame. And he got me feeling. I was like, oh, no problem. You know, I joke back and forth, people. I thought he was just playing around, but he was really, you know, emotional. And, you know, for a dude saying disgusted, you know, that's high up on the zesty meter if you walk around saying you disgusted. But he was a part of this whole thing called, you know, he would always call in talking about the alt middle, you know, ALT, the alt middle this, alt middle that. We don't answer questions, alt middle, but it leaned heavily, you know, to the right. So I'm like, if you're in the middle, you should be able to criticize both, you know, left and right. And then if you actually Google alt middle, it's some right wing, close to neo-Nazi website. And YouTube channel that comes up, and I'm like, you sure you want to be identified as alt middle? So it went back and forth like that, and then all of a sudden the alt middle, you know, after a while, the alt middle dissolved. And why did it dissolve? Well, there are three members of the alt middle. Let's get that squared away. There was Fame, there was LG, aka Black Russia, you know, AKA whatever enterprises, you know, the political operative.
He's Lawrence on 700.
Yeah. And they had a West Coast member, you know, one of your favorite callers, Drop Squad 52. You know, because they liked his right-wing steez and everything. But I forgot what Drop Squad did in order to get excommunicated. You know, it was something nebulous. You know, nothing of note. But LG and Fame had a falling out over who they supported for Cincinnati mayor. One of them supported David Mann, who had black kids wearing Amadeus wigs, I think in a commercial, and the other one supported Aftab, and that was such a bridge too far that the alt middle disappeared. And all this time, I'm calling it the soft middle because they just seem like two of the softest dudes, and every little thing irritated them. So, look, everybody can get these jokes. If you scussed it and you all emotional, maybe you should just block me if you can't take it. And, you know, I've told him before, we'll probably never see eye to eye because in order for us to see eye to eye, he would have to be standing on a 3-foot box. So, look, I'm going to leave it right there. And, you know, I can care less. I'm going to keep these jokes going. And I know he has a few different Facebook profiles, just like a lot of these folks got Facebook profiles. But, oh,
well, before you go,
don't stop.
Just so you know, it's I couldn't care less, not I can care less.
Oh, so now you want to grammar shame.
I'm just saying that, you know, I got a few of them things that bother me.
I could care less.
You couldn't care less.
I could, I couldn't, I should have. I don't care. Or in Ken Anderson, I don't care. I don't care. When I asked him about his $10 reparations book, a Black Republican with a reparations book. Come on now, stop playing with stop playing with folks' intelligence. They know that no Republicans support you in that mess, or they would have brought it up themselves in order to garner. Just imagine if Donald Trump brought up reparations. All the black folks then would be flocking to him. Donald Trump is trying to lose. I'm convinced that he tried to lose the first time, and he's really trying to lose this time.
Nah, he's trying to win. He just is not. He just don't. He don't have it.
And how is it that you inherit? Because initially he did. Well, first he said he only got a $2 million loan from his father, which actually was like a $20 to $40 million loan. And then after his dad died, he got everything changed up to mess over his brother, who got him into Wharton School of Business and stole all the money. He inherited the rest of his father's $400 and something million empire. Why is it that Trump barely has that same amount of money if you count up all of what he actually owns in assets, not the loans he has against it? How horrible of a businessman do you have to be to not have that money at least doubled or tripled by now? And it's still roughly the same. And folks tout him as a businessman. He is the biggest con man, and folks fall for it. A lot of simple-minded folks fall for it, and a lot of folks who check out his fees and want to be down and don't mind grifting off of grifting, you know, off of just being in his orbit. And that's just shameful and sad, but oh well. You know, folks gonna do what they gonna do. All right. Yeah, get that website up. Stop trying to make it 100% perfect. 75 is good enough for us. You know, if you have mistakes on it, we don't joke you, of course. We don't joke you whether it's great or not.
It'll be up there. I promised you October, and I'm gonna do my best to make that happen.
Can I get a date so I can, you know, put in the chat often? You know, keep your eyes on October 25th. Remember, September 25th is coming up. Something's gonna happen.
Something is gonna happen. Something is gonna happen. That is, I believe the prophet. Something is gonna happen.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Man, so I got to see what happens and see. I'm petty enough to actually go on their live stream and ask the pastor, you were right. Something happened. Hallelujah.
Something happened. Brent, I appreciate your call.
All right, you take it easy.
All right. That was Brent. Yo Underwood is a hater. Sierra said, hit me up if you need help with the website design. Okay. I'll hit you up. Because that's it. That's all that's holding me back. It's not. So, yeah, I will. I'll hit you up. Y'all, I got to get ready to get out of here. I gotta get ready to get out of here. Yo, Underwood talking about what I do. You know, talking about, hell, that transmission still isn't in. That's some hater stuff to say. That's some hater stuff to say. So that makes you a hater by definition. Let me see. Any other comments that I wanted to address? Mike.
Hello, Emanuel.
How you doing?
It looks like I might get to be your last caller of the day. Wow, that's kind of special.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's on your mind?
Wow. Ooh, man, oh, man. Okay. I want to talk about Tariq Hill and the situation he had with the police.
Okay.
He was stopped for speeding, and somewhere between him being stopped for speeding and the window being down, I think there's some missing communication, but it is what it is. Now, okay, before I say what I want to say, I want to comment on Brett, the guy that just called.
Okay.
Because when he talked about he was somewhere and he got stopped by the police and this is what happened, and when he got stopped another time, this is what happened. I imagined being in the presence of other slaves maybe 200 or 300 years ago, and there's someone in the slave house saying, yeah, did you hear about so-and-so? Yeah, Master gave him 25 lashes. What'd he do? Master asked him why he didn't bring that other stuff in, and he told Master, because I was tired. Or he told him up for that. All he had to do was just go get it. And everybody, yeah, that's true. That's all he had to do. Well, it reminded me of Brent using the example of getting stopped by the police. And he said, you were speeding. And he said, well, hey, I just took the ticket and I just went on, almost as if all he did is like, I'm a slave and I'm off the plantation and I'm walking and I'm going from one plantation to another, and I get stopped by another plantation holder, and he said, what are you doing out here, boy? And he said, I'm going to so-and-so plantation to pick up something for my plantation. And he looked at him and looked him up and down and smacked him and sent him on his way. Okay. And he said, then another time, I was coming back from the plantation, going to the store, and I got stopped by somebody, and they said, what are you doing? I'm going to the store for Master. And he snatched the papers out of my hand. And he even let me sit up in the wagon with him. He had me sit up in the wagon while he looked over my papers to make sure I was really going to the store to get something for the Master. And then I went on my way. It just kind of reminded me of that scene. I don't know.
May I say something?
Absolutely.
I'm not sure that I got that out of that. I
understand.
I thought that what he was saying, which was reasonable, is I'll use me as an example. I've been stopped by police, and they've been courteous to me, and they gave me my ticket, and I was courteous to them, and it was such a non-issue that, you know, it's one of them things you don't even bring up when you're talking about police stops. So sometimes things go good because police are professional and the person, you know, on the other end of it are professional. No, my rights weren't violated. I've had police officers be polite and nice to me and, you know, go a little over, above, and beyond of what they had to do. So that's kind of the way that I perceived what he was saying, was just that he was in a situation where he was speeding, he got pulled over, it was really hot. I can relate because I lived in Alabama during the summer and drove a car that didn't have air conditioning, and it was hot. and especially sitting in a car, it get hot. And to say this guy was professional and courteous, he even let me sit in his air conditioning because he knew how uncomfortable I was. I didn't take that as a kind of a slave story. Mike?
Yes, I'm sorry, my phone disconnected, but I missed your last 20 seconds. But I think you were sort of reiterating what you were saying, and I agree with you. I agree. I don't know why it took me to that scene in my head, but I agree.
Now, maybe what Ron was saying, maybe you confusing him with Ron. Well, Ron was talking about you got to humble yourself down and all of that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I heard him too. And I called you almost a year ago, and I told you the biggest problem our people have is that we have a poor self-image. And I think that's at the root of our feelings about what's going on and what went on with the Derek Hill situation. We have such a low self-image. I talked to a white guy one day, and I asked him, I said, do you teach your son, because he's got a couple of teenage sons, I said, do you teach them to fear the police and make sure your hands are on 10 and 2? He said, no. I said, okay. And I understand, because they have a good self-image. They don't teach their children to fear the police. But we do, and for good reason. Thank God, yeah. Yeah. But it's not supposed to be that way. So, which takes me to my reason for calling,
all right,
which, regarding the Tariq Hill situation, I looked up the Dade County Police Policy and Procedures Manual.
All right.
And I had to kind of search around until I found what I was looking for. And what I searched, my final search was traffic encounters with the public. And at the very opening, it says, if at all possible, encounters with the public should be dealt with respect and dignity whenever it's possible. And I didn't see anything in the Derek Hill situation that caused them not to treat him with respect and dignity. It's a traffic stop. He was driving 55 and a 40. Who hasn't done that? He pulled over. He started out with disrespect. You pulled up alongside him on his motorcycle, and he shouted, "You're speeding." Oh, really? Okay. What a way of dignity to talk to someone. What a sense of dignity to give a person. That's very respectful. And evidently he said, "What do you want me to do?" He said, "Pull over." Oh, that's respectful. But from the time he walked up to the car, and there's some time lapse there. So my total point on this is, it's the police officer's fault, and I don't understand why the police department isn't looking at that and said, hey, don't you see at the top of our ethics and policy? It's not the law now. They didn't break the law, but their ethics and policy says, whenever possible, when you encounter the public, treat them with dignity and respect. That's what I had to say to you.
All right. I would just like to say, I don't know that we teach our kids to fear the police.
Okay. Some of us do, don't we? Some of us do, don't we?
Well, I'm not sure. Okay, I imagine somebody somewhere does. But
yeah,
I think,
because Twin said he'll run from them. I mean, why are you gonna run when you haven't done anything wrong?
Well, remember in his story, he was dirty. I mean, he either had guns or drugs or something illegal.
No, he said right now, currently, when he see the police, he want to go the other way. He want to run.
Well, saying I want to run is not saying, that's not necessarily out of fear that something's going to happen. It's just why put myself in a position where, something can go wrong. So it's not a matter of.
See, I understand what you're saying, but everybody is different.
True.
When I see the police, I feel the most safe. I feel they are my most important. They're my bodyguard. They're my most valuable employee. That's the way I see the police. But everybody's different.
And I'm glad that you see them that way. I definitely don't see them that way. But I'm glad that you do and that there are people who do. But what I was saying was, I think, when I remember when my son was younger, I wasn't teaching him to fear the police. I think seeing the actions of police a lot of times creates fear. And you're teaching people how to interact with police, even though they may have that fear. So, I think it might be semantics, but I think that there's a difference between teaching young people to fear the police and teaching young people how to deal with the police, even though they may fear them.
But when you say things like, I want you to come home alive, to me, that can spark at least an element of fear.
But I think the reason that you say that is because we see many times where people don't come home alive, which is.
So when you say there's an element of fear in that statement?
Well, but the element of fear comes from what has already happened. I'm not teaching you to fear.
I know why it's happening. I'm just saying that's what's there.
Right,
we instill an element of fear in our children, and white people don't.
I don't know that I agree that we're instilling an element of fear. I think we're dealing with the fear that already exists based on the previous actions.
Yeah, I agree. I totally agree with that. So in other words, I'm saying, let's say my son is out and he's out on a date and his girlfriend is in the car with him and they're talking about where they're going to dinner. And all of a sudden, the police pull up behind him and the lights are on him. And they're still talking. And, oh, here comes the police. Okay, so where do you want to go to dinner, honey? And the police are approaching the car. And they roll the window down. Yes, officer, may I help you? May I license and registration? Okay, sure. I wonder if that is the feeling of my son and his date, or is there some fear there? Now, to speak fairly, it may work both ways with white people too. Whenever you get stopped by the police, I think there's a certain anxiety probably. So I'll go along with that. But I think with our people, deservedly so, we are given more instruction in dealing with the police than white people do because they don't have to. And they don't raise their children in that fear. They raise their citizens to feel like, hey, you have rights. See, they raise their children to think like you think. Like you say, hey, I have rights. We raise our children, don't worry about the rights. Leave to fight another day. We put that in them. And I know we have to because we have some policemen out there that are they treat our people like an enemy combatant in a theater of war. When there's any kind of disagreement, when there's any kind of disorderly, what they may consider disorderly, right? Like with Derek Hill. He was disorderly. He wasn't getting out of his car fast enough. He was telling that guy not quit knocking on his window. He's got every right to do that. That's his property. That's not the policeman's property. Now, if you're looking for a bank robber or a mass murderer and you think you got him, if you feel like you got to bust the windows out, do it. This is a traffic stop. He stopped for speeding. Treat him with dignity and respect. See,
I agree.
And I know you do. But as far as you saying you don't think we instill fear when we discuss police encounters, I understand what you're saying, but I hope you understand what I'm saying when I say inadvertently we do because we have to.
I think I understand what you're saying. I think what you're saying is we kind of reinforce that fear by the way that we talk about it, even though we acknowledge that it's there. it's not, we're not teaching it, we're reinforcing it. And I guess that's kind of what I think is what I'm hearing from you.
Yeah, I mean, whenever I have to tell my son, I want you to come home alive, when it comes to police encounters, I want you to come home alive. I want to come home alive all the time. But when it comes to your policing, I want you to. Whenever I have to tell him that, that's got to make him wonder why. What do you mean, Dad? Of course, he doesn't have to ask that because this is the society of information and everybody sees what's going on. So when I say I want you to come home safe, he knows exactly what I'm talking about. And that's what white people don't do, because they say, hey, you have rights. And we know we have rights, but we can't exercise our rights. Now that needs to change. We need to tell the police department, we need to say, let's look at your ethics and policies manual when it comes to encountering the public on a traffic stop. Are you supposed to say, get out of the car? Move your window down. Are we supposed to do that? Or are we supposed to use dignity and respect? He used dignity. He rolled his window all the way down. He handed him his license. And then he rolled his window back up. Now, if you don't want his window down, use some dignity. Say, excuse me, sir. Excuse me. And then he'll roll it, and say, would you mind rolling your window all the way down? It's for our officer's safety. Is that okay to do? Or no, you just do what I tell you to do. I ain't gonna explain nothing to you. You're gonna do. Oh, you're not. See, and that's where they were. Like you said, his ego.
Yes.
Their job is to serve us with dignity and respect. I'm stuck on that. Until the actual police department reprimands him for not doing that, we've got a problem.
Yeah,
that's going to always happen.
There's a really good chance that he won't be reprimanded at all. That actually he'll be celebrated for what he did.
See, so why isn't his attorney? I'm no attorney. I just looked up their ethics and policies procedure when it comes to traffic stops and dealing with the public.
Well, but Mike, but that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what his attorney says, and they can look at that, because you know who investigates the police? The police.
Who? Okay, but still, can't the attorney bring it to light? Or do you think that's he shouldn't do?
But it doesn't matter if he brings it to light, because they investigate themselves.
Okay, so maybe that needs to change. See? I mean, we have legislators, we have people who, they do this kind of stuff. They're politicians. If you know something's not being done, do you say, well, they just ain't going to do it and they investigate? Or do you say, hey, let's get this done? What do you think?
Well, yes, you want to see politicians stand up and get things done. But the problem becomes a lot of politicians agree with what a lot of these officers are doing. So they're not going to do, if anything, they're going to create laws like Brent just said in Texas. They create laws to give the police more latitude to violate people's rights. Where he says in Texas, they've changed the law to where whether you've done anything wrong or not, if you're a passenger in a car, you have to ID or be arrested right there on the spot. The politicians go along with these bad policies. And so the citizens are the ones who have to stand up and say, this is wrong and something has to change. But I think there's so many of us that are so afraid. Like there's someone on here saying you fight for your rights in court, not on the curb. And I disagree with that. You fight for your rights wherever you are. Now you have to know, the difference between this is a winning battle and this is a losing battle. You have to be wise. But you don't just, because that's what I was asking Ron. When people say things like that, you don't fight for your rights on the street, you fight for your rights in court. Then what is it that the police can tell you to do that you won't do? Because as soon as you say, yeah, no, I'm not doing that, you're fighting for your rights. But if you don't do, but there's so many of us who have that mentality. Like they own you on the side of the road. You are, and that's why I use the term, and I know that it's incendiary, and I use it for that purpose. They want you to be a slave on the side of the road.
Yes.
And then go and fight for your rights later. But I reject that. I reject that wholeheartedly. But there are so many of us, black people and downtrodden people and poor people and all that kind of stuff who feel that way. And the politicians, they side with bad law enforcement. And a lot of times we side with bad law enforcement, so we're not going to see the change that we want to see.
Well, here's where we'll get them, though. I agree with everything you said. Here's where we'll get them, Emmanuel. Take that clause out of your policy ethics and procedures section where it says, when encountering the public, whenever possible, they are to be treated with dignity and respect. If you want to do what you're doing, okay, but you got to take that out. Don't you think you should take that out? See, I would ask them that. Don't you think you should revise your policy and ethics to say whatever else you wanted to do?
But here's why they won't. Here's one of the reasons I believe that they won't do that.
Okay.
PR. See, it's not about this is the policy and you must follow it. It's about this is what we tell them that we do. So then that way we can always say, look, we even got it in our policy that we have to be respectful and courteous. If you're like, hey, I'm going to take that out.
So when we see it's not done, like in the Derek Hill case, are we to point that out and say, hey, your policy says this? Don't they have to at least address that?
No. I mean, yes and no. Yes, you pointed out. And the way that they address it is they'll say, well, we're investigating. And then they'll come back and say, well, we investigated and we found that we didn't do anything wrong.
No, I'm not saying whether or not you did anything wrong. I'm saying, do you think you were being disrespectful?
And that's what I'm saying. They'll say we investigated and we found that we weren't disrespectful. We investigated and we found we weren't discourteous. We investigated and we found that we did not violate our policy.
And I would say, if you don't mind, please elaborate on your you're treating this person with dignity and respect. Show me where the respect and dignity was, because I could have missed something.
And I agree with you, but they don't do that. They don't have to do that. They don't have to do that. So why do it if I don't have to do it?
But see, you're right. Here's the good it'll do when it's brought to the light. The people that are people in the chat that are saying things, and the people that call that are saying the things they're saying, how can you, as a black man, say, oh, he should have just did what they told him to do? When you say, well, they said he was treated with dignity and respect. See, that will cause more people to realize, and then when the people start realizing, then politicians get a little upset, and things may change.
All right. Hey, Mike, I appreciate your call, man.
Okay.
All right.
I was glad to do it.
Have a great evening. All right. I understand what he's saying. I agree with him, kind of in principle, but I don't see it happening, especially as long as we have, and yes, Purple Pros, I'm going to pick on you a little bit. He's talking about it was a speeding ticket. Right. So why would it have to elevate to this point? Again, here's what sometimes we tell people what they should do. Police pull you over. You give them your information. You get the ticket, and then you go on about your business. That's what he did. He rolled the window down. He gave him the information. Here's my driver's license. I don't know if his insurance was there. And he said, just give me the ticket so I can go on. He's doing what you say you want him to do. Oh, he's not doing it politely. He didn't take an oath to be polite. He didn't take an oath to be respectful. He didn't take an oath to defend the Constitution or to follow the laws. The law enforcement official took an oath. He's the professional in the situation. I promise you, I don't understand how this is hard for people to get. I really don't. And I'm not even saying that, to be rude or whatever. I don't understand how this is a difficult concept to understand. If you pull me over, I might be mad. I'm not in my professional capacity. I'm just some guy who's angry. I give you my information. I'm legally obligated to give you that information. I give it to you. You turn to walk away with my information, and I roll up my window. And now you got an attitude. You have what you need to give me the ticket. You have what you need to do what you need to do. You don't need to order me to roll my window back down. There's no law that says I have to have my window down throughout a traffic stop. You don't need that. There's no law that says I have to be polite to a police officer on a traffic stop. You don't need that. You have what you need to do what you need to do and be professional. I don't understand. I promise you, I don't understand how y'all don't understand this. Why up what chances? You're following the law. See, then this is what I'm talking about. It's excuse making for bad policing. Instead of putting the onus on the law enforcement official to be professional, you're putting the onus on the citizen who's already shown that he's not gonna obey the traffic laws. So you stopped him, and the punishment for speeding is a ticket. I promise y'all, I have a hard, please call in and explain to me, Purple Pros. Explain to me the idea that I did what I'm supposed to do, what I'm legally obligated to do, and the law enforcement official's ego got hurt, and somehow I'm the one who's the blame because he couldn't act professional. Help me understand that. Okay, he a grown man, he acted like a bee. Okay, sure, I agree. What does that have to do with whether or not that law enforcement official is professional? You're making excuses for bad police behavior, and they have too much authority and too much power for us to make excuses for them to be bad. For us to make excuses that make it okay for them to violate our rights. Look, when police is right, police is right. You know what I'm saying? People think I don't like police. I don't dislike police. I don't like bad policing. And if you can't do the job, don't take the job. If you get in the job and you realize, man, I pull all of these people over, to take their money from them. And when I'm trying to take their money from them, they not happy with me. And that makes me angry. And that makes me want to take away their rights. Even though I don't have a legal constitutional justification for taking away those rights. If you find yourself in that position and you're a law enforcement official, get out the profession. Purple says, saying Tyree was a bee isn't excusing the cops. You said a whole lot more than that. You said you don't deal with those issues on the curb, you deal with them in court. That's a soft way of excusing the bad behavior of police and saying you have to do whatever it is that they say do. You're a slave on the side of the road. You have no autonomy, you have no rights, you have no humanity on the side of the road. That's what you're saying when you say that. Or at least that's what I get from it. So, Purple Pros, I would ask you, what is it on the side of the road, since you're not supposed to debate this stuff on the side of the road, you deal with it in court. So you're telling me you would do anything a law enforcement official tells you to do on the side of the road without question? Because you don't deal with this stuff on the side of the road. You deal with it in court. Where's your line? What won't you do? And if there's anything that you won't do, you didn't obey your own rule of you don't fight it on the curb, you fight it in court. Purple Pro says, if I'm speeding, I'm going to court. And yes, as an adult, there's too much to lose. So you're saying you would do literally anything a police officer told you to do on the side of the road. There's no limit to what you would do. And to me, that's sad. It's sad that a person is that beat down that they won't even stand up for themselves. It really does. It makes me sad. It makes me so sad because there's so many of them. It ain't just Purple Pros and Ron and Fame. Ron says, I ain't gonna suck his D on the road. I'ma fight. Maybe you didn't say you don't fight those fights on the side of the road. You fight them in court. But Purple would suck the D and then go to court and say, I shouldn't have had to suck his D. No, you can't say don't fight it on the side of the road. You fight it in court and then say, I'm not doing this. No, you doing it all. If you don't fight it on the side of the road, anything he or she tell you to do, you doing it. Anything they say do, you doing it. And it's enough people that feel that way. It's enough people that feel that way. And that saddens me. That saddens me. You sucking the D and recording it. So you go make a porn video on the side of the road and then go to court and fight it later. It just makes me sad. It just makes me sad. It makes me angry sometimes, and it makes me sad sometimes. Just to know that this man could get pulled over for speeding. A police officer could tell him suck his D, and he gonna suck the D and take a video of him sucking the D, and then go to court and say, look at what he made me do. And think that he did the right thing. Feel empowered by that. That's sad. It makes me sad. All right, y'all. I got to get out of here. I'm sad now. I'm sad thinking about Purple Pros performing that act on the side of the road because he's too afraid to stand up for his own rights. I'm really, really sad about that. All right. I gotta go. Look, y'all enjoy the rest of y'all day. I gotta go get in these streets and I am not doing anything that it takes to get home. I'm not doing it. I got a line. There's a line that I have that we not crossing. When I get pulled over, I am not rolling down all my windows. I am not Well, I don't have a sunroof. I'm not opening the sunroof. I'm not popping the trunk and the hood, pulling out the dipstick and the oil and the transmission, opening up my glove box, and I'm not doing all of that stuff. Sorry. I'm going to be courteous and respectful and hope that they are too. And if they not, there's a certain line that I'll go up to. But I'm sorry, bro. I'm not doing that. Purple Pros. I'm not doing that. It's not happening. It is not happening. Making no video of myself doing it. What the hell? Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all. Enjoy the rest of y'all evening. I gotta get out of here and go get this little baby something to eat. If she can eat anything, because, you know, she lost a tooth just before I came on air. So y'all enjoy yourself. As always, you know, as I get ready to head out of here, I want y'all, he did say record it. He said go record it and take the recording to court. That's terrible. It's sad. I'm laughing, but it's sad. It's sad. As y'all out and about in these streets, as always, do me a favor. Be the reason that somebody smiles today. Until next time, I'm out, y'all. Peace.